Hello, and welcome to my report on the digestive system. So, today we're going to be talking about how the digestive system works and from the beginning to the end. So, at the start of the digestive system, we've got the first mouth, the buccal cavity. The mouth is the beginning of the digestive system. It starts as soon as the salivary glands get active when they smell and see the meal. The salivary glands will relieve juices such as saliva, and then we bite. After we bite, the teeth will chew the food into the smaller pieces so it can digest easily, and our salivary glands absorbs with the food to break it down. After we swallow. It absorbs using enzymes which are called amylase that break down the carbohydrates. The smaller chunks of food called bolus pushes down by the tongue to the esophagus. Next, the food travels to the esophagus. The epiglottis is a small flap that will fold over the windpipe as we swallow the food, so no food can travel to the trachea and prevent us from choking. A series of muscle contractions allow the food to travel down the esophagus pipe and deliver the food to the stomach. The ring-like muscle called the esophageal sphincter can let the food relax. The sphincter then contracts and um, prevents the contents of the stomach from flowing back into the esophagus. The argus lumen is very flexible and helps the bolus food to the stomach with help by the two outer layers by contract muscle contracting, so pushing the food down the pipe. Then it enters the stomach. The stomach has enzymes that break down the bolus into liquid form. Stomach hormones produces enzymes from the stomach walls to break down the food even further to liquid substance. Well, liquid froth substance. These hormones alert the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder when food is in the stomach to produce digestive juices and bile. After 3 hours, the bolus is now a frothy liquid substance called chyme and is ready to move down to the small intestines. The pepsin enzymes are involved in to break down the proteins in the stomach. The lipase are enzymes that break down fat. Intrinsic factor absorbs vitamin B12. After the food is traveled from the stomach, the food is traveled to the small intestines. The small intestine is made up of three segments: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Small intestine is a 22-foot long muscular tube that breaks down food using enzymes released by the pancreas, liver. The peristalsis works in the organ, helping the food move through and mixing with their digestive juices. The duodenum is the first part in which the food will enter from the stomach. In the duodenum, it breaks down food into smaller bits as the food is still semi-solid. The enzymes that are from the insides break down the protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Furthermore, the intestines will also take good nutrients and push it down the bloodstream for energy, growth, and repair. The role of the pancreas is it releases appropriate enzymes in our digestive system to break down the food, carbohydrate, fats, and proteins. Furthermore, the pancreas makes our insulin to control the sugar levels in our body. The liver and the gallbladder absorb the nutrients into the small intestines. It is also responsible for bile, as it imports to the intestines and makes sure that the fat is being digested. Liver takes all the nutrients and makes various chemicals for the body to function. Furthermore, it detoxifies harm chemicals. The gallbladder stores the bile, which the liver intakes and makes it stronger. The gallbladder is responsible for releasing the bile into the duodenum in the small intestine to help it absorb and digest fat. After, from the small intestine, the food would travel to the large intestine. The large intestine is left with fiber, water, and dead cells. The large intestines is the start of the excretion process. It's responsible from processing weight. It is a 6 foot long muscular tube which connects from the small intestine to the rectum. It receives the liquid from the small intestines and through the rectum. The waste product stool is passed through by peristalsis first and in liquid form to a stool form. This is due to the water being removed as it passes through the large intestine. The stool is stored to a sigmoid until we are positioned to go to the toilet. The stool is mostly debris, dead cells, and the bacteria. When the sigmoid is starting to become full, it empties the stool into the rectum. The rectum is the final process of the excretion system, the digestive system, basically. The rectum takes the stool from a large intestine and sends a message to the brain for when it's released the stool, and the brain will decide if it's appropriate to go to the toilet. The siphonators in the rectum will keep contracting until it is ready to open. When it is appropriate to release the stool, then it relaxes and let the stool pass. So, in a summary, what is digestion? Digestion is when the food is intake in the body and broken up physically by the actions from the mouth, by the teeth, and chemically by the enzymes in our body. What is the difference, you say, between a mechanical digestion and a chemical digestion? Well, mechanical digestion is when the food is broken down physically, such as when biting the food using teeth to break the food and tongue by pushing the food down. Furthermore, the peristalsis is a mechanical function which helps push food through each of the organs, such as the intestines and the esophagus. Whereas chemical reaction is when enzymes break down the food into smaller pieces and are absorbed into the bloodstream. What is absorption? Absorption is the food process where all the good nutrients and are beneficial to the body are taken into the bloodstream and used for our muscles for energy and helps them contract and move. What is excretion? Excretion is the end process of the digestive system, as excretion would get rid of all the waste products such as fiber, dead cells, and bacteria into the rectum, hoping for it to leave the body as we excrete it out. Thank you for listening.